Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is Friday and I'm just getting ready to pick up my new book for the next reading vlog. And I decided for this vlog to do a YA mystery thriller theme. So there's two different YA mysteries that I want to read in this vlog. One of them just came out at the end of May. I think it was released like May 30th or something like that. It's called The Night in Question by Kathleen Glasgow and Liz Lawson. And this is the second book in the Agatha's mystery series. So I'm very excited about this. And the second book that I want to read is called Liar's Beach by Katie Catugno. And so this is another like YA mystery. This one's actually pretty short compared to The Night in Question, but I'm going to be reading both of these in this vlog. And if you're curious to see what I think of them, if you like mysteries and thrillers, keep watching. And as usual, I will fill you in as I read about what I think. So I will talk to you all very soon. All right, so I decided to start with Liar's Beach by Katie Catugno. And I thought this author sounded familiar, and I'm pretty sure I read one of her books last year, but it wasn't a YA book, so that's interesting. But I'm only 4 chapters in, but we've met pretty much all of our main characters, I believe. Our main character's name is Michael Linden, but everybody basically just calls him Linden, and he's from Boston, kind of like working class guy, but he goes to this like fancy boarding school. And so his roommate from boarding school, Jasper, has invited him to Martha's Vineyard to his family's summer house for the last month of summer vacation, so August. And clearly something is going to happen in terms of like a murder or something that seems like it's going to be an accident, but it wasn't, that sort of thing. And so it's Linden, Michael, his friend Jasper, Jasper's twin sister Eliza, Jasper and Eliza's older brother Wells, and then a few friends. And so far, Linden has kind of managed to not answer questions about his past and kind of lie his way through his friendship with these like kind of very rich, like upper class people. While he's on the beach, one of his friends that like kind of knows more about him from home sees him on the beach and narrowly misses the opportunity to like out him as like a fraud, you know. And so that's where we're at the moment. Nothing has happened in terms of the mystery yet. It's just setting up all the characters. Okay, I'm like a third of the way through this book, and we finally got to the point where someone has been hurt. And it looks like an accident, but Linden is thinking it might not be. And basically it's the family that he's staying with has this like pretty close other family that they were friends with, but the dad of that family kind of like sold out the dad of this family and in some scheme, and now the two families hate each other. And one of these, a boy named Greg, is who winds up unconscious in Jasper and Eliza's pool really early in the morning after a huge fight the night before between Wells, Jasper and Eliza's older brother, and this guy Greg. So Greg is currently in a coma. Linden has decided that he's kind of like going crazy over this. The people that he's staying with, Jasper and his sister Eliza and Wells, they aren't really seeming all that concerned about it. So he ends up meeting up with his friend Holiday, who he saw at the beach a few nights before, and telling her all of this stuff, that possibilities of what he thinks could have happened or hypothetically what might have happened. So they've just started kind of like brainstorming ideas. And that is where we are at currently. Well, it is later in the afternoon on Friday, and I am about halfway through the book so far, and I'm really enjoying it. My favorite thing about it is that it reminds me of like very old school kind of detective mysteries where they cross off each suspect one by one until there's only one person left that could have done it. And that is definitely the vibe of what I'm getting from this particular mystery. Lyndon and Holiday are working one by one to eliminate different people, and so far it's very fun. All right, friends, it is much later on Friday. I am roughly halfway through this book, and I don't love Lyndon, Michael, whatever you want to call him, as a character. We still don't really know what's going on with Holiday and him, or like why their friendship kind of fizzled out, but basically the way that he describes it, seems like he thought he was too cool for her, or that she was too weird, and that's just lame. So don't love him, but we're still kind of doing that detective thing where we've kind of are narrowing it down person by person of who it could be that may or may not have done something to this boy to put him in this coma. It's too early for us to have figured out who it is, I think. We're still only halfway through. So they have kind of their main suspect at the moment, who is the older brother of Jasper. But again, it just seems kind of when you're in a crime TV show and right away they have a suspect, it's usually not that person. I feel like it's too soon to know, but I'm enjoying the story. I just don't love Lyndon as a character right now. I hope he gets better. It is Saturday and I am 3/4 of the way through this book, and Holiday and Lyndon have kind of separated, and Lyndon's sort of avoiding his feelings that something is wrong, and he's just sort of pretending like everything's fine, and he's still obsessed with Eliza, which I get it. She's mysterious and sexy and a little bit promiscuous, so he's obsessed with her. But we also just learned that when she was little, she pushed her brother off of a ladder and he broke his arm in 2 places or something. I'm starting to get the sense that she might be the potential suspect here, because we've kind of already cleared some of the other people that to me felt like pretty good suspects. So I'm really enjoying this. I really don't know where it's going to go because I'm already 3/4 of the way through it, and I feel like we still don't really know enough to make a conclusion. Hey everybody, it is Sunday night and I am very close to finishing this book, and I don't know how to feel because I still don't really know what's happening. Suddenly Lyndon and Holiday are buddy-buddy again. Greg is maybe involved in some illegal stuff. They're tailing people, trying to figure out what's going on, and they were threatened by someone, and there's just a lot going on at the moment. So I'm really close to finishing the book, and I think I'll probably finish it tonight. Okay, I just finished Liar's Beach. I really liked the ending. I obviously can't give too much away because we do find out what happened. Let's just say it does become a murder as opposed to just some guy that's in a coma. And all the strings tie up pretty neatly, so I like that there's closure for a lot of the story. And we also leave with an interesting cliffhanger that makes it seem like we might get a sequel or some sort of continuation of this storyline, which would be interesting. Lyndon as a character, Michael, he's okay. He seems funny, but I don't know, he just seemed the whole time he was just trying so hard to fit in with this rich, fancy lifestyle, and in the end we realized that his friend, who he thought didn't know about his situation at this boarding school, being on scholarship and having no money and living in an apartment with his mom and all that stuff, his friend knew the whole time. So not really, his whole character build-up of trying to be somebody he's not just didn't really sit well with me. So I don't know, he was okay as a character. The mystery itself was really cool, and I like the way that it ended. I like that he and Holiday kind of grew their friendship back throughout trying to figure out this mystery. Yeah, there's a lot of positives about this. I would give this 4 stars out of 5. It's not my favorite mystery I've ever read, but I thought it was fun. I thought it was enticing, and if there was a sequel, I would definitely read it. Hi everybody, happy Monday. I am just getting ready to start our next book for this vlog, and it is a really gloomy, rainy Monday night, and it's perfect reading weather. So I'm going to be reading The Night in Question, which is the second book in the Agatha's series, and I'm very excited about this because I read the Agathas, I want to say at the end of April, and this came out just last month at the end of May. So I still have the first book kind of fresh in my mind. And I also thought it was interesting. I didn't realize when I was reading Liar's Beach, the first book in this vlog, that it is a retelling of an Agatha Christie mystery. I used to read Agatha Christie like all the time when I was in middle school, but it's been so long I didn't remember. Anyway, that book is an Agatha Christie retelling, and this book is an Agatha's mystery, and on the front it says part Agatha Christie, part Veronica Mars, and completely entertaining. So I thought it was just ironic and fun that I picked two books that kind of have an Agatha Christie quality to them, I guess, or, you know, retelling or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, I'm really excited to get into this book, and I will take you along with me as usual. So I'm just starting chapter 8, and it's already very juicy. We have a potential murder. They're in a castle for a Sadie Hawkins dance, Iris and Alice. And while they're there, Alice's like previous friends, the Mains, Kennedy and Park, get into this fight. And later in the night, Park is found standing over a bleeding to death Kennedy and runs. Alice is also looking into the murder of Mona Moody, who was like a 1920s or 30s film star, clearly going for a Marilyn Monroe like type of mystery on that one. So I think we're going to be getting like 2 or maybe 3 intertwining mystery stories in this, and I'm already having a good time with it. I love how this book switches between the perspectives of Alice and Iris, and also how we get a little bit of other formats of writing too. Like we get text chains, we get news broadcasts and stuff, so it's definitely like a multimedia kind of writing, which I think is fun, especially for a mystery. We've already determined that likely Helen Park is not the person that committed the crime, but she's the one that looks the most guilty, and therefore Alice and Iris are like, that's the one that the police are going to be picking apart and trying to pin this on. So that's where we're at right now. They've gotten home after the like night at the dance slash murder slash whatever happened. Right now, technically, Kennedy's not dead. She's like in a coma or something. So anyway, that is where we're at right now, but I'm really enjoying the kind of like multimedia aspect of this and how we get both Alice and Iris's perspective on everything that's happening by like alternating their points of view from different chapters. Okay, it is Wednesday. I am so behind on updating about this book. I got so busy and also just completely engrossed. I'm like 3/4 of the way through this book. It's so fun and fast-paced. It really is like an Agatha Christie book in the sense that like there's these two like detectives kind of working through all these leads, and I also love that Iris and Alice have these friends that are all kind of quirky and unique that are helping them with everything. As I expected, we are getting ties into the other like historical case, the Mona Moody case, which again is like clearly a Marilyn Monroe type of mystery. But anyway, I'm really enjoying it, and I think because I've sped through it so far, I'll probably finish this up maybe tonight. Right now I'm headed to the farmer's market real quick, and then tonight I'm going to get a pedicure, which will be amazing, my favorite thing in the world. And then I'm going to see about trying to finish this book. Hi friends, it is late on Wednesday night, and I have just finished the night in question, and I loved it. It was so fun. I will say I did see the ending coming in terms of who the person was that orchestrated everything, just because it was so, I think if you've read a lot of mysteries and whatnot, you might be able to see it just from some of the dialogue between our like main characters and this character in the book. But there were still some twists as part of the mystery that I didn't see coming, so I still enjoyed it. And this was such a fun vlog, reading like 2 Agatha Christie type inspired mysteries in the same week. So I will definitely try to do something like this again, because it was not it was not only fun to read the mysteries, but I also really did enjoy like the style of detective work that Agatha Christie's mysteries tend to inspire, which is exactly how this book and the other book I read in this vlog was. So anyway, I think that is pretty much it for this vlog. I would give this 4 stars as well. I enjoyed it. I really liked the first one. I think it's a great series, and I think there's still probably room for one more in this series, so we'll have to see if something else comes out. That is it for this vlog. I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.